up next after a Week 13 bye. The Browns will play the Ravens in back-to-back games. Baltimore looking for the series sweep in consecutive seasons. This AFC North battle is coming your way next.
We come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by the reigning MVP of the National Football League, now in his 17th season out of Cal. It's Aaron Rodgers.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. These two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 12. And it was the visiting Browns who got the victory then, so they'll look for the season sweep here in Cleveland. A run there with Cook on first down, but it won't net him much, maybe a yard. Second down coming up. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is brought in at the 21. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. They go play action. Winston. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Winston, he's going deep for Brown. It got his man complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. De'Ami Brown, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Ravens on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
And that should serve as a big warning to this defense. They know now that they have to stick close to these receivers because they have the ability to break games wide open after the catch, and that one wound up in the end zone.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
From the 31, Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. First catch there for OBJ, and that good for a first down. They run the counter with Cook, and he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down. A 2nd and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day, and I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it, and he's giving me the evil eye, folks. Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Charles, a tough task ahead for this defense, trying to slow down Aaron Rodgers. What would you be trying to do?
I would think about selective pressure, Brandon, and what I mean by that is he's going to eat you up if you blitz him too often because he'll read that and go to the man coverage patterns. But every now and then you bring that pressure out and make him deliver the ball on time. It's when he keeps the ball, maneuvers out of the pocket, and throws deep, that's when you're in big trouble.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rodgers, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now Winston. He'll get this to the rookie from Florida. That's Kadarius Toney. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Man open, it's Toney. He's got it. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Winston now to throw on 1st down. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Well, when it comes to throwing the deep ball, no one has ever questioned the arm strength of Jameis Winston. And this is a beautiful throw right here.
After review of play, ruling on the field is reversed.
Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. Looking to throw again on second down. Winston. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. On second down, Cook. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Throwing is Rodgers. Looking for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Chris Herndon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
That was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And we are tied here in the second quarter. Taken at the goal line. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about.
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough for us.
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Throwing, Winston. Looking deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Kadarius Toney with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they had been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And not a whole lot doing there, as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Herndon's got it complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a first down. Throwing now is Rodgers. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Here's Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Here's Tommy Townsend now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. He's going to air one out. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And this not an easy situation. You're down early in the elements. You're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Cook. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Rodgers now to throw. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. From the gun on third down, Rodgers. Going right back to Beckham here, complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Caught left side, it's Beckham. 7 yards to pick up there. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing again on second down. Rodgers to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and it's third and short. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up fourth down.
Dustin Hopkins on for the field goal. A 31-yard attempt.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. And a look now at the game so far for Jameis Winston. And it's safe to say he has been getting his money's worth in this one.
I would agree with that, too.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. A first down throw for Winston. And that is incomplete. Kadarius Toney, his intended target. And it's second down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down. Winston. Eluding the pressure right. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On fourth down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. And that will be incomplete with the clock down now to 13 seconds. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And that will be incomplete.
It's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Final play of the half here. Winston. He's going to look deep for more. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And a look now at the game so far for Jameis Winston. And a trio of touchdown passes so far. They've got the lead as well. All is good in their football world at this point.
And it's so much fun.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
To throw again on second down. Winston, he's going deep for Brown. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Yeah, yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines.
Come on, fellas. At their own 40-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any.
It got his man complete. Touchdown. De'Ami Brown. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Let's go.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
No gain on the play there. Second down. To throw is Rodgers. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
56. Mike. 56. I got you.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Rodgers.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
The Browns send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Eric Wilson able to make the tackle.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. He's going deep for Brown. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
On 3rd down, Winston. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Pressure that time right up the middle, and he was able to wiggle in there pretty easily and get the sack.
Yeah, sometimes you end up getting caught in a little bit of a breakdown about who to block up front, and that creates the gap there, and he took full advantage, got to the quarterback, and finished off the sack.
Cleveland offense making their way out.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after them now.
From the 31, Rodgers. It's caught by OBJ. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. Rodgers now on 1st down. He's got Herndon, his tight end. Touchdown, Browns. Chris Herndon with his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. And the Browns get a score closer.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. From the 6. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Ravens offense back out there. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Winston escaping the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. Winston. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he's got room. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Austin Eckler hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the 1st half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the 2nd half, that got done.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. Now a pass taken in by the tight end Herndon, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 2nd down at 4. Throwing is Rodgers. Throw complete to Herndon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
A throw over the middle taken in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Rodgers again now. Again, he's got that man Landry. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Now Rodgers. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 13-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Touchdown! Chris Herndon from 13 yards out. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
All right, so this one not quite over yet. Back to a 2-score game, CD.
Yeah, and you've still got 4+ minutes to go, so when you think about comebacks, it's happened before. Now, it hasn't happened often, but you've got to think to yourself, let's be the next great comeback story and play this one out.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Jameis to throw it. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. Now a throw here, hauled in. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Here's Rodgers. Going right back to Beckham here, complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
Out right here to Herndon. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Rodgers to throw once more. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. It's Eckler again. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now Winston. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they take a knee. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Winston will kneel down, and that should be your ball game.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Winston to throw for it on 4. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score.